Hello everyone. Now we are going to see the applications of pointers by writing some programs. So let us go to Visual Studio Code and implement some programs which represent the application of pointers. So here we are going for the new file name application app.c. Now you write comments program for application of pointers. Application of pointers. See, already we have seen call by value and call by reference at the time of discussing functions. That is the best example for the application of pointers. See, in today's session, we are going to write how to find out the maximum and minimum number by using pointers. So, by taking an array, means we are reading some elements into the array. So, from the array, we are going to find out what is the maximum and what is the minimum using pointers that we are going to see. Hash include, you know, this is the first statement, and you write stdio.h. Now here we are going to take a pointer, assume the function here we are going to take. The function name here is void. The function name here we are taking is minmax. Okay. So we are going to define the function before the main. So at the time of discussing functions, we said that a function can be defined within the main or outside the main. So when you define before the main, then there is no need of function declaration in the main. Direct we can go for the function calling. So we are defining the function void minmax before the main. Okay. Now the parameters we are going to take is one is the array. Okay. Another parameter we are going to take it as n. And another important thing is we are going to take the pointer integer star min, and another variable we are going to take integer star max. These are the parameters which are used in the min-max function. So within the min-max function, what I'm going to say, I'm taking the variable integer I, some variable I'm taking, and I'm using the for loop for I equals to 1 and I is less than or equals to less than n. I'm writing I plus plus I equals to 1 and I is less than n. I plus plus. Before entering into the for loop, here I'm taking the variable that star min is equals to star max is equals to, here I'm writing a of 0. A of 0. I will explain the program statement by statement, but first I'm writing the program. For I equals to 1, I is less than n and I plus plus. After this, you write a condition that if you take a parameter a of I is greater than max, then you write max equals to a of I, right? If one important thing is if a of I is less than a of I is less than min, then you write min equals to a of I, right? This is the code I'm writing to find the minimum as well as the maximum. Okay. After this, I'm going to close the program, the function. This is closing brace for the function definition. So with this, we have defined the function whose function name is minmax. After that, we are writing the main function integer main, and here we are using some variables like integer n, comma. We are taking an array. You can take the maximum size anything, or you can read the elements from the keyboard, or you can enter the elements on your own. For example, if you write integer n and after the integer n, or assume that before integer n, you declare the array. Here, assume that I'm declaring the array integer a of, for example, maximum size I'm taking 20. So here n value is less than or equals to 20. So 20 means 20 into 4. 4 to the 8 bytes, 80 bytes of memory is allocated, but I'm not going to utilize all the memory locations. The number of values I want to enter into the array depends on n value, right? So integer n, and you take another variable I for reading the elements into array. For example, you say for I equals to 0, and you say I is less than n, and you say I plus plus, sorry, here I'm writing I plus plus. Now you write scanf percentage d double quotes close, comma, ampersand of a of I. So this is the scanf statement to read the elements into an array. How many elements? N elements. Okay, now after reading these elements, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the function. Which function? Minmax, right? Minmax, I'm calling the function minmax. And what are the parameters we are going to give? One is the array name A, right? Comma, and number of elements N, comma, we are giving min and max. These parameters are also we are giving, not ordinary min max. We are passing ampersand addresses of min and max. Okay, now the last statement here I'm writing that printf. Here I'm writing minimum. Minimum is percentage d. Minimum is percentage d. Maximum is again percentage d slash n, right? Here we are going to print the values min, comma, maximum. Last statement is written 0. This is about the function main. Let us check any errors once you go through this. But here we have not taken min and max variables. So better to declare these variables min, comma, max variables. Okay. See, what we are going to do is we are going to call the min max function within the main, right? And we are entering into the min max function. In min max function, maximum and minimum values are calculated, and those max min are going to affect the max min of the main. That's the logic. See, you can ask one doubt. So in the min max function, we are finding the maximum and minimum, right? Can we return both max and min from the min max function to the main? No, it's not possible. The problem here is a function can return only one value at a time or one variable at a time. It is not possible to return more than one variable or more than one value. So the main reason here is, so we can't return more than one variable like min max. But the thing we are going to do is we are going to do some changes in the min max function to the variables min and max. Those changes will reflect automatically the min max variables of the main. That is the logic. This is the main application of the pointers. So we'll see any errors are there. I'm saving the program. After this, let us compile it. Any error we are going to get. It is compiling, it is waiting for the output. See, there are errors. We will check the errors here. Here we have written only max. You have write star max. Here also you have write star pointer, right? You have to use the pointer star. Here also you use star. Pointers concept we are using. Here also you write star. Now you save it once again and you run. Any error. It's not giving any error. Wait. So it is waiting for the elements to enter. Assume that I'm giving 34, 23, 45. Sorry, so 34 means we have to enter the 34 values. Sorry for this. I'm going to enter this. Okay, you close it. Now you do one thing. So what I'm going to do is in the main here I'm writing this printf enter number of values. Here I'm writing this for clarity. Enter number of values and how many n values we are going to read, that you have to mention, right? Scanf percentage d double quotes close comma ampersand n. Okay, now you save it, run it. right. It is asking enter the number of values. For example, I want to give 7 values. Okay. Assume that I'm giving 12, 32, 10, 8. Okay. 4 values I have given, right? 45. Next, 3, 7 values, 6 values completed. Now assume that I'm giving 67. See 12, 32, 10, 8, 45, 3, 67. 7 values I have given. You should get the minimum as 3 and maximum as 67. So let us check it. You see, minimum is 3 and maximum is 67. We got the output. So what happened internally? So how the program is executed? Let us see the program. See, what we are going to do is the execution starts from the main, right? Okay, A of 20 means 20 memory locations are reserved, right? And these are the variables I have taken. Enter the number of values. Here I have read the value n as 7. So 20 memory locations are reserved, but I have taken only 7 values. Maximum you can enter 20, but I have entered only 7 values, right? So here we are reading by using scan of 7 values. Okay, after reading 7 values, what I'm going to do is, so there are 7 elements in the array A. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call minmax function. So in minmax function, we are passing a, n, min, ampersand of min and ampersand of maximum. So we are passing the addresses of min and max. So from this function, the control is passed to which statement? The first function here. So we are moving to this function. Right here, that a array name base address we are passing to the minmax function. So there in the main A is array. Here also I'm taking the array A. This A is contains the base address of the A which is passing from the main. After that n value, how much? 7. And there the address of min is stored in the min pointer here. Here min max are acting as the pointers. These are the which parameters? Formal parameters, right? So min is a pointer which consists of the address of min which is coming from the main. Max is a pointer which consists of the address of the max which is coming from the main. Now initially we are storing the first element in the minimum and maximum. So we are taking the first element as minimum and maximum. So after storing the first element in the variables minimum and maximum or pointer variables minimum and max, then we are going to compare these elements with the next second element onwards. So we are not taking the first element into consideration. We are taking the first element as the minimum as well as the maximum, and we are comparing that element with the remaining elements. Means we are comparison starts from the next element. So that's why the execution starts from I equals to 1 and 1 is less than n, and when the condition is true, we are coming to this block. Take I value 1. A of 1 means we are taking the second element, and we are taking the second element and we are comparing with star of maximum. Actually, what is there in the max? It is the address of the max which is coming from the main. So star of max means the value at address. That means the second element we are taking. So the first element is comparing with the second element. If it is greater than, then we are changing the maximum. Otherwise, we are going for the second one. If it is less than, then we are changing the minimum. So this is repeated. And finally, when the condition becomes false, we are coming outside the min max. So in this, what happened? We are going to calculate the star of min and star of max. Means indirectly, we are changing the values of min max. Those changes will reflect the changes of min max in the main. We are coming to the main after calling this function, and we are going to print the values min and max here, and we are going to get the output. So this is very, very important program which finds the max and minimum of a given array. With this, I'm going to close this program. Thank you for watching.